on now. Hut, hut. Ready. Ready up. Ready. Set. Set up. Set. Ready. Hut. Let's go. Ready. Set up. Ready, ready. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, set, set, go. Ready, ready, go. On the set. Hut, hut. Set. Ready. Ready, ready. Set up. Ready, break. Hut. Come on, set. Ready.
It's week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll see Brock Bowers. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Raiders and the Vikings under the lights on Monday night.
Nightfall in Minneapolis in December usually spells freezing temps, and that is precisely the case outside these walls. But we are a comfortable 72 degrees inside U.S. Bank Stadium. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side. season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Commanding the offense will be the highly touted USC product, Sam Darnold.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Roach. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Darnold down to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by their quarterback, a first-round pick back in April's draft.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And this one is incomplete.
Third down is a key down in any game you play. Third down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. The numbers for him from a week ago, 9 carries, 54 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but...
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Raiders put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Point after try forthcoming.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
That time a 6-play drive.
And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. For the Vikings offense, and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And he's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, so to no one's surprise, his name sits near the top of the list in terms of most receptions by a wideout this season.
That one will will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Now a handoff up the middle. Roach. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. To throw, it's Kaepernick. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Ronnie Hickman knocking it away that time in coverage. Now it's 2nd and 10. You look at this defense for the Vikings.
They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
From the gun on 3rd down, Kaepernick. Dancing to his left, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession
as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Taking a glance here at the numbers last week for Algier.
15 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Second quarter now for Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
And Darnold's going to change the play. Here's Algier again on 2nd down.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will stay at a 7-point game. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
To throw, Kaepernick.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Algier now up the middle.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Back to throw, Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 38 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the Vegas offense heading back out there. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 to score as they begin 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Kaepernick hit. Fumble. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Kaepernick steps away. Throwing left side, it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses. crosses over out of bounds. Here's 3rd and 3. To throw is Kaepernick. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. To throw is Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Darnold.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Darnold to throw again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Darnold. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jordan Love leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Tajay Spears, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raiders offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. He's already made his presence felt in this one with his previous touchdown grab, and that's been the story of his season thus far as you take a look at the NFL's current leaders in touchdown receptions.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Kaepernick now to throw. Rolling to his right. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now Kaepernick. And this is caught at the 8. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. To throw, Kaepernick. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Marvin Harrison Jr. from 8 yards out. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Kaepernick.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season, and in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Second down and 8.
Now it's Darnold.
Over the middle and complete to Addison.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Algier going straight ahead.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 30 on second down, Darnold.
And in the second half of the tied game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play, to just airmail it out of bounds.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Dumps this one off to Algier.
And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24.
A gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
And this one is right through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a three-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Handing it off, right side, Algier. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Darnold now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Algier. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Kaepernick going to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy. Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
45 yards from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Being chased out left. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away. Escapes the defender. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Vikings offense and Tyler Algier getting set for this next possession. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard. Back to throw here. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Play action. It's Darnold. Pass complete to Addison. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. To the air again, Darnold. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A play fake, and it's Darnold. This is caught by Addison. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Darnold. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. With now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. This is caught inside the 15. And mark him down all the way inside the Minnesota 10.
I'll tell you what, he's got 2 touchdowns in the ledger already, and that very well could have been a 3rd. They have had absolutely no...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Here's Darnold.
Finding room at midfield.
And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
Now second down and a few inches.
And he's got his man on the out.
He's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are on the door of field goal range now. Darnold. That's thrown underneath to Algier.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Here comes second down at 5. On the counter, here's Algier.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
They'll stick with Algier.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
They'll come up now on second down.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Now a carry for Algier headed right.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Here's first and goal. They'll run here with Algier.
And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation. The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
Kaepernick to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
All set up for them right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them. and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Darnold, his first throw in overtime.
Setting up the screen, here's Algier.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Off of play action, Darnold. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
To throw is Darnold. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. Out to his left. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. What can Kaepernick do now with his drive?
That is caught downfield by Harrison.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Kaepernick now to throw. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime.
So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Raiders, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.